Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. A seismic shift that's about to rock the foundation of the NFL, and it's happening right now as we speak. I'm talking about a covert operation, an insider whisper so explosive that it could redefine the entire landscape of the league in 2026. This isn't just a rumor, it's a carefully guarded secret that's been brewing behind closed doors. And trust me, what I'm about to reveal is something you wouldn't believe unless you've got connections inside the NFL's highest circles. But here's the kicker. This story is just the beginning. What only a few people on the inside know is that the pieces are falling into place for a move so massive, so unprecedented, it could make history. And it's unfolding as I speak, in ways no one outside the inner sanctum can even begin to imagine. If you think you've seen nothing yet, you're in for a ride because what I'm about to unfold will blow your mind. And it's all real, all happening, and it's about to reshape the NFL's power balance forever. Stick around because what I'm about to share will change the game, and you won't want to miss a single second of this. Now, if you're serious about understanding what's coming, take action. Hit that subscribe button, slam that like, and smash the bell to activate notifications. This is a story for those who want to stay ahead of the curve, for those who aren't content with just watching the game from the sidelines, but want the inside scoop that only the real insiders get. This isn't for the casual fan. This is for the hardcore, the true believers who know that when the NFL moves, it moves fast, and they want to be the first to know why, how, and what's next. Because what I'm about to reveal is only the tip of the iceberg, the real story. That's still hidden behind a curtain so thick that only a handful of people in the entire league even know it exists. And I'm going to lift that curtain for you, right here, right now. Let's start by taking you behind the scenes, into the darkened rooms where the secrets are whispered, where deals are cut in the shadows, and where futures are written in secret. What you're about to hear is not just speculation. It's intelligence from sources high up in the NFL hierarchy, scouts, executives, even former players who have been briefed on the movement of the century. The first clue. A clandestine meeting took place last week, an emergency summit involving key decision-makers from the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Buffalo Bills, and a select group of high-profile agents. The topic: the future of one of the league's brightest young stars, Travon Walker. Yes, you heard that right. Travon Walker, the 25-year-old defensive cornerstone of the Jaguars, is at the center of a covert, multi-layered trade negotiation. And why? Because the Bills, yes, the Bills, are making a bold move, a move so audacious that it has shaken the entire league. They are going all in on a package that could redefine their defensive front and catapult them straight to Super Bowl contention. But here's the thing, nobody outside the inner circle knows exactly what's happening. The trade talks are deep in confidentiality, but the signals are clear. The Bills, fresh off a disappointing playoff exit, are aggressively pursuing a game-changer, a player who can instantly transform their defense and reshape their entire strategic approach. And the player at the center of this storm? Travon Walker. Now, why Walker? Why now? And why the Bills? Let's break down the core needs of Buffalo. Since their inception, the Bills have been defined by their relentless passion, by their ability to adapt, to grow, to chase greatness. But the last few seasons, especially after breaking the playoff drought and then falling short once again in the divisional round, their defense has been a glaring weakness. The Bills' coaching staff, under Joe Brady's recent promotion, is eager to reshape that unit. They need a disruptive force, a game wrecker who can not only set the edge but also get after the quarterback with relentless fury. And that's exactly what Travon Walker brings to the table. When you analyze the Bills' film, it's clear that their biggest problem in recent years has been a lack of elite pass rush from the edges. Greg Rousseau flashes brilliance, but he's inconsistent and often injured. Von Miller's aging but still effective presence is good, but he's not enough to counter the league's best offensive lines. They need a true disruptive force, someone who can command double teams, collapse the pocket from the outside, and anchor the run defense simultaneously. Enter Walker, a player who just 2 years ago was the #1 overall pick for a reason. But why Walker? Because this kid isn't just a run defender. His film shows a rare blend of elite physicality, explosiveness, and versatility. Watch his college tape from Georgia, where he dominated at the line of scrimmage, setting the tone physically from snap one. His burst off the line is explosive, consistent 0.1-second get-offs, shuttling quarterbacks into the turf with violent precision. Statistically, he's a game changer. By the end of his second year, he totaled 20.5 sacks over 2 seasons, an unheard-of number for a player still developing his pass rush repertoire. His metrics are staggering: a 4.58 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine, a 36-inch vertical, and a broad jump of 10 feet. Combine that with his incredible wingspan and 77-inch arm length, and you're talking about a player built to succeed at the highest level of the NFL. But beyond raw traits, scouts rave about his technical polish. His hand usage is refined. He's a master of the rip and swim moves, can set the edge with ease, and maintains incredible discipline against the run. His presence alone can shift blocking schemes, forcing offenses to game plan around him. Advanced analytics show that Walker defends against the run at an elite level, ranking among the top 5% of edge defenders in stops at or behind the line of scrimmage. And his pass rush win rate in 2024 was a staggering 22%, well above league average. Teams like the Eagles and the Ravens have reportedly shown interest in him. Yes, those very teams that prioritize disruptive pass rushers and aggressive front sevens. Now, consider the scenario. The Jaguars, despite their early success, are facing a roster dilemma. With some injuries and the rising salary cap costs associated with his fifth-year option, they might be open to moving Walker if the right offer comes along. The market value for a player of his caliber: at a minimum, a first-round pick, probably a top 10 or top 15 selection in this year's draft, paired with additional assets like a second or third rounder, and even a young player or pick swap. The NFL insiders whisper that the Bills' offer could be centered around their late first-round pick, around number 15 overall, plus a future pick or a promising young player on defense or offense. The idea: a package that's compelling enough to pry Walker away, but also respects the Jaguars' internal valuation of a number 1 overall talent. And here's the kicker: cap gymnastics. The Bills are navigating a tight salary cap, but sources indicate that they're prepared to make it work. They have enough flexibility through roster restructures, potential cuts, and extensions to absorb Walker's 2026 salary, projected at around $14.75 million fully guaranteed. It's a manageable hit for a player who can instantly elevate their defense from good to elite. This trade isn't just about immediate impact. It's a statement, a declaration that the Bills are serious about winning now, about shattering the AFC barrier and finally clinching that elusive Super Bowl. Now let's talk scheme fit. Under Joe Brady's offense and defensive philosophy, they're emphasizing speed, aggression, and versatility. Walker fits seamlessly. His ability to rush from multiple alignments, to drop into coverage if needed, and to be a relentless force against both run and pass makes him the perfect prototype. Compare him to players like Max Crosby or Joey Bosa, those physical freaks who can dominate on every snap. Walker's potential is arguably even higher, especially considering his age and athletic profile. You might ask, what's the worst-case scenario? Well, if injuries plague him again, or if the Jaguars hold out for an astronomical price, the deal might stall. The Jaguars are not desperate to trade him. He's a core piece. But if the Bills step in with a compelling offer and the Jaguars see a chance to recoup high-value picks, this thing could happen fast. Don't forget, timing is everything in the NFL. Rumors indicate negotiations are heating up, with franchise and agent-level discussions progressing in confidence. The NFL draft is just a few months away, and if the Bills want Walker, they might try to make the deal before the Combine or draft to secure their defensive blueprint for 2026. But here's what I believe. The combined intel from multiple sources points to a distinct possibility that Travon Walker may be donning Bills' colors before the draft, transforming the AFC landscape forever. Imagine a defensive line that includes him, Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, and a reinvigorated Von Miller, an explosive front seven capable of wrecking any offensive line. The Bills' defense, historically solid yet inconsistent against the run and quarterbacks, would leap into a new stratosphere. And what about the impact? Think about it. One of the league's most promising young stars, paired with the Bills' aggressive coaching staff, could unlock a level of production that even the most optimistic fans didn't foresee. Walker's addition could push the Bills from playoff contenders to Super Bowl favorites almost overnight. It would send a message. Buffalo is all in, and they're not just playing for the present, they're building a legacy. Now to the skeptics. Yes, the Jaguars may demand a king's ransom, and yes, injuries could scare off some teams. But the NFL is a business of bold moves, and the greatest teams are built on risk, on daring to dream big when others are holding back. The Bills seem to be no exception this year. The question is, are they willing to make this move? And more importantly, will the Jaguars bite? All signs point to yes. In conclusion, this isn't just a rumor. It's a seismic shift in motion, a carefully orchestrated chess move that could alter the NFL's power dynamics. The trade for Travon Walker by the Buffalo Bills isn't just about acquiring a talented young player. It's about sending a statement across the league. A message that says, "We're coming for the throne and nothing will stop us." The stage is set, the players are ready, and the league's future might be decided in the next few weeks. Stay tuned, because what's coming next could be the most explosive chapter in NFL history. And believe me when I say, you're not going to want to miss how this story unfolds. It's bigger than any of us imagined, and the real show is just about to begin. Make sure your seats are reserved, because this ride is about to get wild.